Okay, so good evening, everyone. This is the third Thursday of the month. This is the month where, the day that I host a board meeting every third Thursday of the month, just to give information to our residents about things that are happening in our city. And I think some of our residents are here with us today. I think we have representatives, former representative on the line, candidate on the line, Ms. Stovall is here with us. But we're gonna get right to it, get to the information, share what we have going on in the city. And I'm looking at Director Jinx. Is you ready to be first on the list? Come on up, Director Jinx. We have our Public Works Department to give us an update.
Okay. Thank you, Councilman. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Georgia. We go from winter to spring and now it's summer, all in 1 week. So Public Works is concentrating on keeping the grass and the parks and all the right of ways looking good. And I appreciate Mr. Shelby of all of our new city limit signs and everything. And we're gonna put some flowers and stuff around that and make that look good. So I haven't forgot your request. And basically all of our work is concentrating on filling empty slots and keeping the grass cut and keeping the fleet going this time of year. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that update. We're gonna go right on to our Public Safety Department. We're gonna start with our police. We have Major Jones. Can you give us an update, sir?
Good evening, everyone. I'll start with some new employees we have coming on board. You know him? Yeah. You're always complaining that you never hear this. Just past Monday, we had 2 new employees that started on Monday. One was a staff assistant, the other was a 911 operator. We have 2 additional employees coming on this upcoming Monday. One would be another staff assistant, and the other would be a records supervisor. Just some upcoming events for the month of May. We're gonna have chat and chew at Dave's Cheesesteak on the 25th. We're gonna have a rematch with the fire department. We're gonna give Chief Clemens and her crew a rematch. That'll be June the 28th. And I did learn never to hit any balls towards Chief Clemens. That's robbed me. I thought I was gonna be good. Not in her area. We recently had our Assistant Police Academy graduation, and Mayor Butler attended, and she didn't miss a class. So it was fun. I'm gonna have another one for the latter part of the year. So just keep your eyes peeled. It'll be on our social media pages. May 1st, we started with our 4th Park Reagan unit. They'll be responsible for controlling the parks, the farmers market, and Fort Wheeler. So you'll see these guys and girls, these guys and gals out on these ATVs. I guess I'm holding true, right? Can't hear me. No, air conditioning. Oh, okay. Yeah, but you'll see the guys and gals out on the ATVs throughout the city daily. And also for the crime update, crime is still trending down. Right now, we're at 52% lower than last year. So still continuing to trend down. But that being said, still, immunology is kind of plagued not only the county, but the state. So be mindful, please do not leave valuables unattended or in plain view. Because a lot of times with these immunologies, they're just crimes and opportunity. And if you have a Kia, we're still giving out those Kia locks. So stop by the police department, pick one up. And if you don't have a Kia and you know someone that does, just have them stop by the police department. We'll give them a free lock. And that's pretty much all we have for this week. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief. we're gonna go on, continue with our public safety department. I want to acknowledge, we have our chief in the building, Chief Clemens, acknowledge her. But we're gonna bring up Deputy Chief May and Deputy Chief Council for updates.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening. How's everybody doing? So I won't keep you too long, just for a couple of updates on the fire side for operations. In the month of April, we ran a grand total of about 322 EMS calls, for fire responses. We had about a total of 425 fire responses, only one of which was a grass fire. So we're trying not to mess up Bobby's grass. They're keeping so pretty around the city for us as much as possible. So we'll try to make sure we take a good job of that. But we are coming into summer months, so keep in mind, we are gonna be running a little bit more on the, grass fires and, other types of fires outside like those ones. So I encourage everybody to remember also, be careful with what you're doing for outside barbecues and things along those lines, not setting wildfires for you. Other than that, shifts continued on with all their physical training activity, along with, they did, business inspections and worked on some hydrants and some other stuff to keep the shifts busy, on a regular basis throughout the whole month. We did have in recruit division, two of our recruits that have recently passed their AEMT final written exam. They're now getting ready to take their practical exams. The others are all taking their practical exam also. A couple of them will have to do a retest on the written, but other than that, it's good for them. We did have 6 other recruits that started rookie school a couple of weeks ago. So that's about all the updates for the operations side of things. Anybody have any questions I can answer? All right.
Thank you, appreciate you, sir. All right, we're gonna move into court. So you have any updates? Yeah, do you have any updates for us? We have Ms. Roper Jackson. Putting you on the spot. You might, did you know you want to be on?
I'm always ready.
All right, she's already ready. I love it.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. First, let me introduce myself, because this is the first time at this meeting. This is my first time at this meeting. So I am Dorothy Roper Jackson. I am the Director, Court Administrator over the Court Department. Our court was established as a standalone department in February. I have 3 court clerks. I have a clerk 3, clerk 2, clerk 1, and myself as the administrator. We are a customer-friendly court, so if you have any question, make sure you call us, ask us. We are there to assist you. Also, we have an amnesty program that is going on, and I would like the community to take advantage of this program. The amnesty program is for anyone who has an outstanding warrant in the city of, for the city of Forest Park Court. Just call us, come in, see us, and we will take good care of you. Any question for me? Okay.
Thank you so much. All right, we have our interim director of economic development. Look, you let's give us a little update. What's going on? You got the community listening to you. We want to know what
Not economic development.
you're not economic development. You are community and
So we change up no blank.
community and what's it? Planning and Community Development Department. Yes. Planning and Community Development.
Good evening. Good evening. My goodness. Wake it up in here a little bit. So my name is James Shelby. I'm the interim director for the city of Forest Park. And just want to give a couple of updates in your ward, Ms. James. We have 2 subdivisions in your ward. One is almost completed. It's a townhome on North Avenue. And we have another subdivision that we just approved recently. That's the one 0 Scott Road. I think that's in your ward. Yes, it's in your ward. And believe it or not, I got 2 proposals the other day for 2 more projects in your ward, Councilwoman.
Yeah.
So we're very excited about that. In other areas of the city, they're doing work on Lake Street. They're gonna build 8 single-family homes over on Lake Street. And then on Main Street, we've approved townhomes on Main Street as well. Right now, with my other hat, we're working on landscape medium. Hope to have, some type of concept plan or something I can present to the city council within maybe a couple of weeks. We're still working on city center. And we got a meeting with Mark on Monday regarding that. And, the Rite Aid renovation, I call it a hybrid incubator. It's gonna be fantastic. And, we're just about completed with our construction drawings for that, and we'll put that out to bid. And then I don't know, at nighttime, if you're driving in the city of Forest Park, I hope you look at our new welcome signs, and you should be able to see them at night. They should be lit up. I'm gonna drive down here one night just to look at them, to make sure they really are. So, that's it for me, and I appreciate your time, and again, we just got a lot of exciting things coming on, here at the city. And look forward to other things that, the developers, bring to our office. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We have our code enforcement officer in the building, our Director Walker. Come on, Renaud. Thank you, Representative, Bruno. I see you on the line.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'm Director Walker, as you mentioned, the Code Enforcement Department. We're proud to announce the block party series will begin Wednesday, May 29th. Also, we will host a block party in every ward here in the city. So we also proud to announce one branch program where we're partnering with the police department, where we give assistance to the elderly. So we will kick that off as soon as we get the machinery, what we're waiting on. As soon as we get that in, we'll be ready to go. As a reminder, please remove your trash cans from the right of way on day of pickup. You know, we have problems with people leaving their trash cans out. Also, remember to call Waste Management if you have bulk pickup. So that's all we have today. And again, thank you.
Appreciate you, sir. Okay, we have our Economic Development Department. I don't know if Ms. Clay, you have any updates for us? Come on, Ms. Clay, she's our property manager. I mean, what, I don't know your function. What's your position? You got so much for us. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Sharice.
Thank you, Mr. Shelby, for the greeting. My name is Sharice Clay with the Office of Economic Development. And Interim Director Dennis could not be here today, but she did send me with the following updates. As far as property development, there is a lot of redevelopment in the works for Main Street in the form of luxury style lofts, new retail spaces, mixed use development. And there is a very exciting project coming through the pipeline called Project Splash. The contract is in motion. We're very excited. It's going to be very big. Can't tell under NDA. And the URA, which is the Urban Redevelopment Agency that controls a lot of the development in Gillum, we are working on a strategic plan, and there will be a strategic planning session as well as a tour of Blue Star Studios with the URA. The Business Association, the Forest Park Business Association, there will be a luncheon coming up in June, if not July. We are working on planning that, and information and flyers will be sent out about that shortly. We are also working on a film strategy that will be more in line with Blue Star and some of the properties that we don't have marketed right now in our film division. So working with some of the other properties as far as maybe the inside of buildings, those aren't properties that are marketed right now, and figuring out what that's going to look like in the future. And some of our internal activities, working to streamline our internal processes and as it relates to our partners. And yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Oh, and there will be two more ribbon cuttings coming up before the end of the summer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Clay. We're gonna go to our Recreation and Leisure Department. We have Maxwell in the building. And then we save our best for last, so y'all can know about the way you can come work for us.
Good afternoon. All right, just to let y'all know what we have. My name is Director Maxwell with the City of Forest Park Recreation Leisure Service. What we have coming up, we have swim lesson registration starting May the 20th at the Recreation Center, start at 8 o'clock in the morning, or you can go online. We also have water aerobics registration starting May the 20th also. We also have our legacy water aerobics registration starts May the 20th. The water aerobics for our legacy residents, is absolutely free. Only thing you have to do is just come sign up for that. We also have yoga going on Wednesdays and Fridays, starting back up next week. That starts at 6:30. And we're also bringing Zumba starting the end of May, and that's on Mondays and Thursdays at the Recreation Center, and Tuesdays and Thursday mornings at Star Park. That's all we have coming up. Oh, I'm sorry. Next Tuesday, we have a luau boot camp for our legacy residents at Star Park. So y'all come out, that's at 11 o'clock in the morning. We're gonna have a bunch of health fairs and people out there. So please come on out. It's a luau boot camp. So come on out. It's at 11 o'clock a.m. next Wednesday at Star Park.
Thank you. So we're gonna go now to our HR department. We're gonna bring up Deputy Director Lewis. I want to acknowledge Director Brown, who's in the building with us.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. We have some wonderful job opportunities available. We're currently hiring for police officers. We're also looking for firefighter paramedics. The Public Works Department has an opening for a maintenance worker, also a maintenance worker part-time, a trade specialist, a street foreman. They're also looking to hire a fleet foreman and a heavy equipment operator. And for the heavy equipment operator, you must have your CDLs. And if you're interested in any of these job opportunities, it's very easy to apply. You just go to www.forestparkga.gov. You go to departments at the top, you click on job opportunities, and then you have all of our job listings available to review. And if you see something you're interested in, you just click on apply. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful evening.
All right, so I have a quiz for everybody before I bring up our city manager. No, I'm just kidding. One of the reasons why we have it recorded is so that there's a lot of information that you all are receiving. You can go back and listen to it and get the information and see all the great things that's happening in our city. And so we're excited about it. So without further ado, I want to acknowledge all of our employees we have in the building. We have IT in the building, Mr. Rodney. We have executive offices, Ms. Pauline Gloria in the building. And did I miss anybody else? Then I want to acknowledge our legacy residents we have in the building. Hey, Ms. Brent. I love y'all. All right, so Mr. Clark, come on up, sir. This is our city manager. And then, of course, I want to acknowledge online, we do have State Representative Rhonda Renault. Thank you, Representative, for joining us. And then we have Ms. Valencia Stovall. I still call her representative, although she's not a representative right now. She might be something else later on, but we'll talk about that later.
First of all, I'm gonna keep it short today. I have to run out. I had a sudden death in my family, and so I have to get to my hometown. But nonetheless, what was I saying? Oh, the one thing we're gonna talk about today is our annual budget. But before we start with the budget, before the legacy residents try to trample Miss Pauline, I'm gonna ask Miss Pauline to come up and stand shoulder to shoulder with me and give a brief update on the home program, Ms. James, and where we are with that, because I know they want to say some, show me the money, and Miss Pauline can show you the money, so I want to start there first.
Yep, thank you. You can hang out up here with me to make certain, because I just sent you a report and I don't know if you had a chance to review it.
I don't look as good as you, and I don't have to.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. We are absolutely excited about the progress that we have been able to achieve with this program. I'm happy to stand before you to tell you that we have almost 60 residents who have qualified thoroughly through the verification of all the credentials and all the documentation for participation in the home program. We also have 6 accredited, verified, and credentialed contractors. And so we are ready to hit ready, set, go with the process. We wanted to ensure at the request of our governing body and our city manager that we were able to protect the citizens of the community by ensuring that we had verifiable information with regard to the contractors. And so what are next steps? As Mr. Clark says, I'm so glad you asked. What we will do is we will be contacting the approved residents within the coming weeks. I hate to give dates, but within the coming weeks, with an approved contractors list. And we are asking the residents to take a gander at that list and choose up to 2 contractors that you would like to do business with. For those residents who qualified, you will recall that there were a number of allowable repairs, that are a part of this program. And so we will provide copies to those residents who desire of the repairs that you requested to be made. And we are asking that you take those with or keep those in hand so that when you arrange time for the contractors to come to your home to look at your homes, then you'll have those in front of you. Once you select the contractor, our code enforcement officers led by Director Walker will be present in your home to provide a pre-inspection of those work services to be performed. And as soon as you select the contractor, we are asking that you notify us because we want to keep everything legal. And we will ask that the resident and the selected contractor sign a legal agreement to perform the work services for the repairs, and then we'll get started. And so that gives you summary. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for your flexibility, and thank you, Mr. Clark, and the governing body, I should say, for extending this opportunity to our residents.
Thank you, Ms. Pauline. So let's talk all things budget. So this year we are presenting a $42 million annual budget to the governing body, of which one of the things I challenge all of our directors to, how many of you think that governments across the world have wasteful spending? By show of hands, if you think governments spend money and waste it, raise your hand. You know, one of the things I challenged and I articulated to our directors, growing up poor, if you had $5, you had to learn how to stretch $5. However, when it's somebody else's money, sometimes practitioners across the world just spend it like it has no end. Well, we're excited about this budget because we've been able to go with each of these departments that are here today, go line by line and identify what we call real cost of operation. And so based upon us looking at their budgets and analyzing it that way, I can just speak on Chief Clemens. I'll pick on you, Chief Clemens. We were able to decrease Chief Clemens' budget by $260,000, I believe, without cutting no services. That's what you call real budgeting, because even in addition to the work that we were able to do in the fire department's budget and everybody else's budget, we're excited to present this year. Nobody knows, it's not even Ms. Jane. We worked on our final numbers of the budget, and we are excited to present a budget with a contingency of $1 million. The highest contingency level that this city has ever received. Some may say, well, what does that mean? That means should something catastrophic happen in this city, there's a pressing need of the department, we were able to budget it into our budget to take care of those things without having to raise property taxes or anything else like that. In addition to the work that we've been able to do in this budget, it also includes a full wage and compensation study and its implementation for all of the north of 250 employees that work here in the city of Forest Park. Well, what does that mean? We recognize that we are Clayton County's largest municipality. All of these directors that you heard before you, all of the amazing individuals that we have on the forefront dealing with our constituents, we want to ensure that they are properly compensated for the work that they do, especially as it relates to the market. And so this wage and compensation study led by the Gallagher Group, our HR department, Director Brown is leading the charge. We should have those results by August so that we can begin fixing some of the parity and equity issues that we've identified in our actual overall compensation schedule. I think that's a great thing, department heads. We should be very proud of. In addition to that, we were able to scan through the numbers so much that we will be proposing to our governing body members the consideration of a 3% increase across the board for all of our employees or variation thereof, just to get us closer to what those numbers may be once this compensation study comes out. We sat through a one-day retreat with our governing body members, and I'm happy to know and report back to all of you that you have governing body members who truly care and ask the tough questions of us as staff to make certain that they're making the best and the most informed decision that they can, understanding the responsibility that was given to them when they were elected into their respective offices. So we're just excited about this budget and what it will bring to the community. It is our hope to take this budget on the road where we're going to invite our citizens out and we're going to have a session of nothing but governmental budgeting so that you understand outflows and inflows and what makes the city's budget what it is, where those $41 million come from, how we expend it, what our salary cost is. Pop quiz question. Who knows for the city of Forest Park to give, let's just say a 5% raise? Who knows what that number is citywide? One of our residents. Take a guess. For the city to consider a 5% raise for all of its employees. People always say we want more money, we need more money. What would you estimate that number is? Just for 5%. What was the number? Oh, you good. I asked employees and they said, well, $300,000, 400,000, it is $1 million for us to do a 5% raise across this city. And does anybody know any tree that you can go find $1 million under? Well, that tree is dwindling. But no, so we're really excited that our departments have really worked together and in their respective departments to allow us a budget this flexible for the unseen. As Mr. Shelby articulated all of the capital projects that we have coming up, well, we know we have to pay that money back someday. And so we're just positioning ourselves for when we incur the debt, for leaders that'll come after all of us to be able to take care of the debt that we created when this administration was in office. Again, it has been my honor to serve as your city manager for this year and 5 days. And it is my hope that the executive offices remain open to your needs and requests. And if there's ever anything that we can do for you, any of the citizens, Representative Bernot, Ms. Stovall, there's anything that we can do for you, please let us know. Thank you, Ms. James.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Thank you so much. So before we end, I want to remind everyone that Mr. Walker mentioned it before, we have our block parties that's starting, but the one in Ward 1 will be on September 25th at 5:30. And that's the same place we had it last time, the corner of Kennesaw Drive and Rushmore Place. So that's on September 25th. We have some wonderful, exciting things that are happening in the city of Forest Park, you guys. You just don't know you're in a jewel. And so along with all of the development that's happening, all of the people wanting to come in to develop, we have so much potential. And so I'm so excited to be a part of it and be a part of you all. So before we end,
are you accepting any questions, Councilwoman?
Taking a few, just a couple, because I gotta run with time. 5:30. 5:30. Okay. Yeah, let me open the floor to Representative Bernot real quick. Representative Bernot, do you have anything you would like to add?
I just want to compliment the Forest Park seniors. They were a featured guest entertainment at Mayfest. Mayfest is for our seniors and they did an amazing job.
Thank you, Representative. Okay, Ms. Stovall, you have one question. Go ahead.
Yes, you know, I did make sure I just have one. And this was for the public safety. What advice would he give out to the community for our youth since the summer is getting ready to start? For something for the youth and for the community to be very watchful for.
Not in that. Public safety questions about, what, recommendations for you for the summer? Adhere to the curfews. She just said public safety. Anybody want to come up to the mic? Come up to the mic. She's on.
Okay, one of the things I can say is they need to adhere to the, curfew. Hold on, I got this folks?
Yes.
Okay. But, yeah, they can, adhere to the, curfew for one. A lot of times during the summertime, some of our biggest issues, because kids are out past the curfew. I mean, outside of that, kids pretty much know what they should do and what they shouldn't do. And the biggest issue I've always seen is this, breaking the curfew, being out past hours they should be out. And that kind of leads to things that they shouldn't be doing. So we are going to enforce the curfew, so kind of pass it along to the kids to kind of just make sure they adhere to the curfew. That would be my best advice. 11 o'clock, Monday through Thursday, Sunday through Thursday. And then I think it's 11 on the weekend. Maybe 11:30. Yeah, 11:30. By midnight, you need to be announced.
Okay, on the fire side, things that we need to be watching for during the summer months. Like I mentioned a minute ago, also is gonna be a big time of year for grass fires and those types of things. So make sure that we're being careful with embers and things from like your barbecue grills, stuff that you're maybe using for cooking outdoors. Do not throw like hot ashes into a trash can or a dumpster or anything along those lines. We get a lot of dumpster fires because of people emptying their grills into a dumpster the day after, thinking that it's cooled down enough to do that. That's actually not. You still need to wet it down, believe it or not, because it can't even start a fire 2 days later. On the EMS side, hydrate. Temperatures are going up, getting hotter. So make sure that you're staying hydrated, stay cool. Oh, don't overexert yourself. Stay in areas where you can be monitored, stay relatively comfortable from the temperatures.
Thank you so much.
One more thing.
Come on up.
Very good.
Want to make sure all the parents of these juveniles, make sure they secure their firearms. Because a lot of times, just recently in Atlanta, they had not a couple, but they had a situation where the parent left the gun unsecured and two juveniles got a hold to the gun and one of the juveniles was shot. So just make sure they secure their weapons, because now the kids are going to be home and the parents are not home. So if you have one, make sure you secure it. And be okay.
Thank you so much. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Just stop recording. And we do it every third Thursday of the month. If you want to come in person, you get to have refreshments. If you don't, you get your refreshments at home. All right, everybody, thank you so much for showing up and coming out. We have refreshments. Look, I worked really, really hard on that chicken salad. I whipped it up myself and everything. I'm just kidding. I got it from Sam's. So thank you all for coming out. I have to run to another event, but I appreciate you all.